What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley. It's actually, I think we've been doing this for like a year now, ain't we?
I'm pretty sure it's pretty close. Feels like
close.
it's been
Anyway, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs, along with RK Motorsports Consulting, and Earl Ramey Racing Engines. What's up, y'all? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
It about feels like a year, don't it? Because
yeah, I think this is 51.
It's 51, but you were awful. We took one week off.
Took 1 week off. I feel good. I've only been sick one time.
You only had to call in sick once.
That's it. That's pretty good.
Pretty good for a year. And we did a preview episode.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good here.
So, hey, Ma, I know you listen to every one of them, so we appreciate it.
Yeah, every one of them. I don't know who all has listened to everyone. I think Kale probably has for sure. I know Ma has for sure. So, yeah, we appreciate y'all for putting up with us. And
anybody else that's listened to all of them, let us know.
At least it gives you something to do while you get in the shower and getting ready and making your hair right and whatever else there, Ma, in the morning time on Tuesdays, or it used to be Thursdays. So, gives you something to do and pass the time. That's good. But no, we do appreciate it. It's cool.
We do. We really appreciate y'all hanging out with us every week and doing it again. So anyway, what's up? What's up with you?
I don't know, man.
I'm tired of rain. That's why.
Oh my Lord, but I'm tired of rain. Yeah. Friday. I saw I was gonna have a decent weekend, at least Friday and Saturday anyway. So I've been trying and planning on getting up, about, I don't know, maybe 4 tons of leaves out of my yard. And I've been trying to do it for the past month and a half, and every time I go do it, it's either dark or it's raining or something. So I thought, well, I'm going to have a decent time, so I'm going to plan to do this. So Friday I got here, I started working, getting leaves up, doing whatever. Saturday morning, got up first thing, get out there to do it. And everything's froze. Solid as dang.
It was cold Friday night, I promise.
Jesus, yeah. So I get out there and finally was able to finish up. I think I was burning leaves till 7 o'clock, 7:30, I think, Saturday night. So finally got that done, thank the Lord. And then wake up Sunday morning to rain again.
Yeah, Sterling said he was coming to the track. I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming.
I was planning on coming.
I'm coming.
That didn't. I was give out by the end of the day. I promise you. That was a lot of work.
Oh.
I don't have no little teeny yard. People that don't know my yards, it's kind of large, and I got a 200-year-old oak tree. I think it is
At least
that puts off a ungodly amount of leaves. So it took a while.
it puts leaves off in places that
I don't even know how.
I ain't figured out how they get there.
I mean,
I know wind, but
50, 60, 75 yards away from the tree. Good Lord.
in the opposite way of which the wind was blowing.
I know. Don't make no sense. So anyway, that was good. I'll tell you what works awesome. My little butane torch.
Oh yeah.
I use to start fires with.
Yeah.
That works great to start leaves.
Oh yeah.
Leaf fires, perfect.
That's about the only way we can start. Well, I say that, but we tried to start a fire one time with that when we was right after you moved over here. We was cutting down trees and we couldn't even make nothing burn.
Nah. We didn't have any good luck at all.
We are unsuccessful pyros, apparently.
Yeah. No, that's a good thing or a bad, but it worked the other day, that's for sure. So, but yeah, that was good. And then Sunday, like I said, it was raining like crazy, but we rode down to Charleston to check out the old boat show, the Charleston Boat Show down there. So it was pretty cool. Check some of that stuff out and look at the new things going on with that. So did that, and then in my spare time at night, I've been watching East Bay forever, seems like.
But they finally moved. They're at Bubba tonight. So.
Yeah, Bubba.
So it's actually on right now. They are in heat number 3 as we are speaking. Well, cool. Well, I spent the majority of the weekend at Lakeview Motor Speedway. I went over there Friday afternoon, and our buddy Earl Ramey was over there. Had his camper and everything, staying down there. So I get there, and he's trying to put together this little camp grill, which was an experience in itself. So we get it together. I didn't know what he was cooking. I just got there. By the time they pull out, him and Carl, they pull out a stack of steaks. Every one of them was inch and a half thick.
Jesus.
Just, covered the whole plate.
God almighty. Y'all ate good then.
Yes, we did. So they're like, eat a steak. I said, I didn't come over here to eat y'all's. I didn't say that. I said, eat a steak. Okay.
You ain't got to twist my arm.
Exactly. So, I wasn't going to complain. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a whole lot, Earl. So we went over there and we ate. And after we ate and everything, we moseyed on down to the infield. Hung out with our boy Derek McGrew and Derek McGrew Jr. And Willie Milliken, actually. I'll get into it here in a little while, how all that unfolded, and it was fun time, regardless of finishes or anything. It was a lot of fun. We had a blast at the race, and and go back, and then Saturday, kind of same deal. I got there a little earlier, hung out at the camp for a little while, and Wayne DeGears from Profab Headers, he came down, so got to hang out with him for a while, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. It really was. It was. I worked on some. Well, I guess it's the Dirt Car Sportsman series, which is their modified car, not Southeast modifieds. Don't get it twisted.
Northeast modifieds.
They're Northeast modifieds. Center steer cars. They're based off of sprint cars. What they're based off of. Basically a modified sprint car. Solid axle front end. 3-link cars. So it's different than what we're used to around here. So I really got to see the ins and outs of them over the weekend. So that was cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, just something different. I don't know. Because we had Willie Milliken's late model right there beside us, super late model, and just looking back and forth at different cars, and it's just way different.
Oh, definitely.
Way different what we're used to. So that's cool. But then Sunday, we went down to see my wife's grandmother for a little while in Marion County, South Carolina. And then went to meet my parents down at Myrtle Beach in all the rain. Myrtle Beach, 100 lap.
100 lap, Myrtle Beach.
But got down there and went to Bass Pro Shop. Sat there with my dad for a little while. He was ready to buy, another depth finder. Jesus. But they didn't have it. They didn't have it though, so he didn't buy it.
Thank the Lord. I don't know where he's gonna put. He ain't nowhere to sit for too long.
Just one little spot to stand. That's all he needs. Stay in the cast. That's all he needs.
That's it.
But they didn't have it, so he ain't get another one. Figure some stuff out for him on the 20 that he's got on that boat.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he watches the fish under there.
Yeah,
or either he's hooked up cable to him and watches TV on him.
He has taken all of the guesswork and stuff out of fishing, because there ain't no what if there's a fish down there. There ain't none of that no more.
Nah, you ain't gotta guess.
Nah.
You can see it. So we hung out there for a little while, and my mama wanted to go to some pottery place. They don't sell a whole lot of pots there.
It's just called a pottery place.
Stuffing things.
A
pile of stuff and things. Shopping. I hate it.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been my party either.
But
I could have went to Bass Pro, no problem.
Yeah, I could have done that. I did do that. Landon told my mama, he said, if you love me, you'll buy me one of them side-by-sides over there.
She must not love him then, huh?
She must not. He didn't come home with it.
Negative.
Oh, that was funny. But then I finally got to do what I wanted to do eventually, and that was go eat crab legs, something I have not done in like 3 years now. And I've been sad about it. So I made up for it because I'm pretty sure I ate my weight in crab legs.
Jesus.
I ate a lot of them.
I ate a lot of them.
A lot of them. I probably had five platefuls, and on each plate, I probably had 4 or 5 clusters of them.
Oh my God, bro! How much is that? I mean, I don't really know how much meat that would be pound wise.
I don't know. I really don't.
I mean, one cluster is what, a pound?
Yeah, but that's with shell and everything.
Oh, I got you.
About a pound. That's typical about a pound there. But that's with shell and everything. So you're getting maybe a quarter. I doubt it's even that much.
Right.
Out of it. I don't know. Do some research.
It's a lot of work to get a little bit of meat, though.
Not for me.
You got it down pat.
I got it down pat. I can do this. One-handed. Done.
Done.
And then we drove back home in all that nasty weather last night.
Yes, it was nasty.
And then had to go back to physical therapy this morning. Woo!
How'd that work out? Getting better?
It's getting there.
Good.
I can go above my head now.
Hey.
Assisted above my head.
At least you can still move it. At least you know you can still get up there.
Yeah, if I grab it with the other hand.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. At least you know it still goes.
It still moves. It's not locked up.
That's right.
So, anyway, racing this weekend. What we want to start with? What are they doing?
Well, I reckon before we get into Lakeview, because it was this week, we can talk about East Bay.
The calamity that was East Bay.
Yeah, like we said last week, MAV TV, MAV TV Plus, Lucas Oil TV, all that. They've been putting up this the stream free this past week, as they are right now. We're watching it right now, Lucas Oil TV free. And from what I can gather, the MAV TV Plus app or service is not completed yet, so they're offering it free to everybody until they get that done, from what I can understand. So, but anyway, it's really cool. They had a couple nights it was live on MAV TV, up on DirecTV or whatever you have, whatever your provider is. But and also everything else was on Lucas Oil TV Live or Facebook Live, whatever it was. But it was pretty cool to be able to see. So I watched it every night. Last week. I know we talked about Larson winning, and then I think Monday night, were they running Monday night? I can't remember what days it was now, but anyway, I think it was 6 nights.
I don't remember. It was so many.
So many. I don't even remember, but it was 6 nights, I believe, at East Bay.
So it had to been So it had to been Monday night they were running. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you what though, East Bay. I'm telling you, man, if you can get, it seems like to me a week, 6 days at East Bay seems like a year's worth of racing and wear and tear on them cars, bro.
Well, I agree with you, but you want to know why it seems like a year's worth to me? Because every time I turn it to MAV TV the rest of the year, you know what they're going to show?
East Bay.
East Bay.
East Bay. Oh. It's going to be a bunch of them. But it's going to be better this time because we're going to have MAV TV Plus.
I hope MAV TV Plus kind of keep on going.
Every Lucas Oil race.
That's pretty cool.
Live.
That's cool.
That is cool. Very cool. So, but anyway, every night at East Bay was a different track. I don't know if you noticed that, but I think in the previous years, it kind of seemed like about the same every night and about the same dudes up front about every night.
Yeah.
But, dude, it changed totally throughout the whole week every time they got on the racetrack.
Yeah, it definitely did. I will say, from what I watched of it, from what I gathered, Monday night and I think it was Friday night, were the only 2 nights that were even close to each other that was similar.
Right, yeah.
But you can't guess that. That's the funny part.
No, it's very
there's
difficult.
There's no guessing it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of that is, and I don't remember it from previous years as much, but, I didn't realize how close that racetrack was to the bay. I mean, it's literally like right there. And the fog rolls in and the moisture rolls in, and within 15 minutes, track's totally different than it was, So it makes for some really cool racing and some good racing. There was a pile of cars there. I think it ended up being 78.
That's what they ended up with.
They ended up with, I think, it might have been more, but it was somewhere along in there. Pile of cars. They ended up having to do 3 B mains for the rest of the week because it had so many. So 6 heats, so it was some major racing for sure. But tell you what, man, there was not very many friends made at East Bay this week.
No, and I'm gonna say this, but I don't know. It almost seems to be following, and we talked to Derek Griffith about this. It's like asphalt and dirt along the same lines. The younger guys coming up in it don't seem to have the respect for other drivers around them as people used to.
Well, because in my opinion, used to, and like Derek does, like Will Harrington does. A lot of these young guys, though, don't get out there and work on stuff and take care of their stuff and know what it means to, okay, I tear the right side off of this car. That's coming out of my pocket. I got to fix this. I got to get out there and bust my tail and do it, like Will Harrington does. I've seen him. I mean, he runs into some bad luck this week, but
dude, he could not catch a break.
He could not. But they had speed and they showed speed, and I think they made the main every night but one. A whole week at East Bay with 70-something cars. That's something to be proud of, I think. But they got out there and they gave it all they had, and to me, the driver getting out there and working on the cars, giving that effort, knowing that they're going to take care of the stuff more because of that, I think helps the crew a lot, give that extra effort as well. Knowing that, somebody's got to take a little bit of effort and taking care of stuff and taking care of the stuff around them, because, man, that's a lot of money on that racetrack at one time, and some of these boys do not care at all.
No, they don't, and I know we'll get into this a little bit more, but I did see, and I was actually kind of impressed to see this, because you don't see it like you just said, you don't see as much. I did see Tyler Erb put it in the wall in the very last lap of practice with the right side, just got the right rear into the wall. I mean, tore spoiler up. I mean, messed some digging up. Crew chief had him out there with the English wheel.
Good.
Rolling it back straight.
Good. I love to see it. I want to see more of that. I love it. I sure do.
Not say he did. I mean, Tyler might have got out there himself and done.
He may have.
I don't know.
I don't know. I know Tyler's kind of.
I know I would feel bad if I did that.
Oh, I would by all means, yeah. But Tyler's definitely he's got a hot head on him now, man, and he is aggressive.
Well, that kind of and that kind of became some of the story of the week down there.
It really did, and we saw it last year with Tyler and Bobby getting into it together, and I think Tyler and Bobby have a lot of the same driving style. They just do whatever they can do to get up front. They'll tear it. Bobby, I have never seen Bobby Pierce run a race without tearing the right rear of the car up. Ever.
He'll tear it off. I've seen him tear literally the whole right side off the car and still be running.
He's just constantly giving it off, and I don't know why that is, but Cody Summers, he ain't gonna lie. He gonna say, "Hey, Bo, you got to chill out a little bit here." But anyway, yeah, like you say, man, starting out early, really, they got into each other with people, and Tyler was involved in that. Mason Ziegler, though, great day, man. He
I was waiting for him to hit the pace car.
He was all over the place there toward the latter part of the week. Great.
Well,
day.
I think him and Tyler got together. This is just my thinking. I mean, obviously, just me, my opinion. It almost seemed like him and Tyler got together and had their little ordeal. And after they got together, it was just like he was mad at everybody. He was just like, I'm going to get to the front. If everybody else is going to drive like this, I'm going to drive like this. Yeah. And I ain't going to say everybody else was driving like that. Maybe he saw it that everybody was driving like that, but everybody wasn't necessarily driving like that. There were some. But I don't know. Him and Mason Ziegler and Tyler got into it. And I will say Tyler crowded him up in the wall. I don't know that crowding somebody up in the wall, I mean, that can tear your stuff up. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know that just deserves a blatant dump down into the corner.
No, I don't necessarily
I would crowd them back if I got up under them. Or I would put in the back of my head that, hey, they crowded me out to the wall last time they passed me, so next time I pass them, they're probably going to get it back.
Yeah, well, if that's what he wanted to do, if he wanted to dump him because of it, okay, so be it. but don't let it carry over to the next night. And that's kind of what it did. You know.
Well, and that was the thing. Yeah,
he really dirty slid him real bad.
Oh yeah.
The next night, so naturally he's a hothead. He ain't gonna give up. So after the race, he wouldn't come up and doored him or.
He doored. Well, I say he doored. It was Tyler's right door kind of into the front wheel of Mason's car.
Mason's after the end of the race.
After the end of the race, so they suspended. Well, I say suspended. They parked Tyler for the next day.
The night, yeah.
That night and the following day. I get it because it's a rule. You can't do that afterwards. I do get it, but in Tyler's defense, man, you can't take so much off somebody.
Well, I think really, if Mason wanted to turn him the night before, I say leave it alone. Leave it at that. Yeah. Don't carry it over to the next night. Now, Mason said he don't think he did anything wrong. He felt like he slid him clean. It didn't look like he did, really.
No.
But
it looked like he might have meant to slide him clean, but it
right.
just didn't end up like that.
Right. So, I don't know if it was just one of them racing things and they just had enough one another, but, that carried on over to Tim McCready. So, I don't know, man. Maybe we'll see what happens. It's just, from what I hear, there's always a lot of tempers flaring at East Bay for whatever reason.
Track's just so small and they spend so many days there. It's a third of a mile. I mean, it's teeny little track.
It's teeny little track. And
it looks way bigger on TV than it is.
Right. It's teeny, but it's, and like you say, 6 nights there, that's a lot for these guys. But anyway. Stuck
in the toter in one spot for 6 days.
6 days, 7 days. So, yeah, it's tough for sure on them. But, anyway, going back, Hudson O'Neal took the win the first night down there. And I'm tell you what, man, our buddy Kyle Strickler is in his car from last year, the PPC.
PCC,
excuse me.
I know I get it wrong every time.
I get it. But he kind of struggled last year a little bit. He ended up winning. Didn't he win? I think he won one race in that car. I can't remember.
I can't remember. Was it Brownstown? It was somewhere. But, yeah, he did win a race in it.
I think he did. But so, anyway, so Hudson leaves that ride and goes to what was his daddy's, Don O'Neal's ride for this year. And, man, it's paid off, winning in the first race right out of the box, coming to East Bay. So that's pretty cool for them. And great day if Kyle Strickler ain't struggling in that Rocket Bowl.
Well, it was, but watching him right here, he's looking a whole lot better than that.
Well, he's in a B.
It's a B main, but the car is going forward, so
that is a plus.
It is a plus.
And he just got a caution with one to go, so that's going to help him a little bit. Maybe he can get transfer.
He's up there right at our buddy Shane Clanton there, and he I don't know, he's not having a look, and we talked to him about it. He's had some tough times in those Rockets, and I don't know why. I don't necessarily think it's. I think it's just different.
I think it's different. I think they react differently than what they've been used to.
Yeah.
So the things they're throwing at it by the notes they have
for the Longhorn
is not working. It's not reacting. Seems to me like. Those are good cars. They're brand new Rockets. They're good cars.
Oh yeah, definitely good cars. He's got good motors in them. I mean, it's kind of best of everything over there. I mean, Bilstein shocks.
Oh yeah, it's everything you need. I mean, I just think it's going to take a little time. I think they're going to have to be patient and work towards it. And but what is going to be tough, I think, is trying to jump back and forth between the Rocket and Longhorn and not get screwed up with your notes. But
yeah, I don't think he's going to end up doing that too much. Right here at Speed Weeks, he's going to do it a little bit because there's just some races he can grab quick and run, like at Volusia. He's going to run Volusia with the Longhorn because he just went to Volusia with the Longhorn and won. So right. I don't blame him.
Definitely.
And so I don't know. I don't think there's going to be. I mean, there's going to be some, but probably like Eldor. I got a feeling he'll probably be in the Longhorn at Eldor because that's not a Lucas race. I think the deal is. Right. I think I hadn't asked him or talked to him. I guess the deal is the PCC ride. Those cars are for the Lucas race. But I do know at Volusia, when he was at Volusia, he had one of those cars in the trailer as a backup if he
Right.
if something happened with the Longhorn. So that's good to know.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, talk about Hudson O'Neal. I was glad to see him get a win. My only thing is, and don't get me wrong, a win is a win any day out of the week. It's just so hard to base anything off a track like that.
It definitely is. Yeah.
Nobody could turn on that track. It was like front wheel. He was down almost in the infield the whole way around the track.
Yeah, it was all in the bottom that first night. He couldn't do anything. You couldn't hardly pass.
He literally was hitting the tractor tires on the way around.
Yeah.
Knocking them farther and farther down so he could get lower and lower. That was the only way he could get around that track. And that's just, I mean, it's cool, but I just can't base anything off that.
No, it's really hard to judge, really, to know anything, like you said, from that track. But to be able to go out there and compete and put it in victory lane against 70-something cars, that's pretty good. So, but we'll see how it continues for him for this year. But anyway, the next night, Tyler Erb took home the win. It's hard for me to remember every single night to know which one was which and how it went. But Tyler was competitive all week. And he won the last night too. He won Saturday night. So, had he not gotten DQ'd on that one night, he'd probably be your points leader right now, probably for sure.
Yeah, probably so. It was he showed speed pretty much every night. It seemed like it. I don't know. It's just, like I said again, the track was just so weird. It's hard to tell. But like you said, he probably would be the points leader. That's just a mess.
Mm-hmm.
Just a mess down there they got into.
Yeah, it was. Next night, the next night rained out. They got they got qualifying done. They got a few heats done, I believe. Had to come back, finish the heats, finish the Bs. They were going to do that after Thursday night's main. So, old Stormy Scott won. Dude, he was rolling too, man. I couldn't believe that. That was very surprising to me. I don't think anybody thought that.
No, I didn't either. And not knocking Stormy Scott at all, because I've seen him, especially when he was running modifieds and stuff. He could get up there and battle with the best of them, and I know he's got it in him, obviously. But that just tells you how crazy a week he is that down there when just going off his stats, just looking at that, he hadn't run up front in many races, but go to East Bay, boom, gets him a win.
That's it. It's very, very unpredictable, if you will. But so during that race, I think Josh Richards tore up his primary.
Yeah,
and like I said, after that feature, they had a few minute reset. It wasn't long, 10, 15 minutes.
15 minutes is what they told him.
And
they go finish the other Bs and run the other main.
Right. So Josh Richards went out there, pulled a brand new car out, hadn't ever been on track supposedly, and stuck it in victory lanes. That's pretty cool for them.
Well, that tells you what kind of consistency those cars have nowadays. These ain't home built deals. These are Rocket is a big company up there, and
they put them on them chassis dynos, whatever. So
they got it on that jig, and then they put it on the pull down rigs, and they know exactly what it's going to do, what all the ride heights are and everything before they leave the shop, which is good to have. I mean, you got to have that to run up front like that. But in saying that, man, when Josh Richards was in that number one car that Tyler Erb's in, the best motorsports car, it was like every race. He was there competing for that win. Most of the time winning.
Yep.
Since he went to Clint Boyer Racing, the wins have been few and far between. Even the competitiveness has been few and far between. And I don't get it, because it's the same cars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you got different people working on them, but it's the same cars. It's the same driver. Josh Richards can drive. I don't care what anybody says. Josh Richards is a wheel man. He can drive.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No, I don't either. And,
And I mean, I know I'm talking junk, but he won. I'm not trying to talk junk.
He's just not.
I don't
consistent.
get it why he's not consistently winning like that now.
Right, he's not consistent, and Clint Boyer's team for the last, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years, they really have not been consistent. I know they were in what? They were in
Black Diamonds for a while.
They were in Black Diamonds for a while and didn't do much.
When Darrell Lanigan was over there.
And Darrell Lanigan left, went back to his own team or whatever, and he's running better than he was. So,
oh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know if they don't have enough focus or what, but hopefully they can get turned around. Like you said, Josh is a heck of a talent, so hopefully he'll have a decent year for sure. But another one that won, I don't know, good Lord, 20-something odd races last year, old big sexy Brandon Overton, our points leader right now, Lucas Oil.
Yep.
Won Friday night.
Yeah, he put it on him as I actually expected him to. I think it was Thursday night before he ever lost a heat race.
Yeah,
he had won every heat race that he was in up to Thursday night. He's fast. It was kind of odd to see it take until Friday night for him to win.
I know. I mean, he definitely points them to death. I mean, he was there all week, seemed like, and he just finally got it all put together to get the win. But like you said, I mean, you know, in order to run it like he is and be the points leader in that series, and we talked with Strickler, it is so ridiculously important to get a good qualifying lap.
Oh yes.
Start up front in your heat. If you do not, dude, your whole night is shot pretty much.
If you can't advance out of your heat, your night becomes a whole lot tougher.
Very much so.
Even if you transfer out of your B, you are putting yourself in a so deep hole.
Yeah. So, but he didn't allow that to happen. He started up front every night.
Yeah.
And was right there every night. So that's really cool to see. And like we said, old Tyler Erb, he finished out the week with a win at East Bay. So. Kind of was wondering last year. Tyler kind of struggled a little bit. It seemed like they weren't.
Well, they actually went there last year in the first race at East Bay. Where he won at him and Tim McCready were the only two to win for like 3 nights in a row.
That's right. Yeah. Well, during the season he kind of fell off.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden after East Bay he fell off.
Yeah. So. I don't know. Maybe they got a little bit better figure on the car, or they all understand each other better, or whatever. But they might be pretty tough to beat this year. We'll see.
Well, in saying that, Tyler Erb was just in he won it, but he was just in a B main.
Yeah.
Here at Bubba. So, and in saying that, it was him and Tim McCready fighting for the win in this B main.
In a B main. That goes to show you how tough how it is. It's so hard to make a 28-car field or whatever it is.
You know who else was in that? Jonathan Davenport.
Oh, God.
And he's been in them almost every night. He left Arizona. He went to Arizona and won the whole week championship deal out there. Come back and can't get that car to turn in a 10-acre field.
Nope. He has struggled.
That is crazy to me. As good as Davenport has been for years.
Right. He has sure struggled.
He is it's like he all of a sudden. I mean, I ain't counting him out by no means because I know they'll leave speed weeks and all of a sudden go fix something on the car and be right back up front. So I'm not counting him out, but it's just it's weird to see it when he does it.
Yeah, it definitely is. So we'll see what happens. Like you said, they moved to Bubba. Got a couple nights there, and then I think the Lucas Oil is done, right? Till March.
Yeah, I think so.
Everybody be getting ready for Volusia coming up next week with I guess that's World of Outlaws then.
Yep.
A lot of these guys will still, since they're down there, I think they'll go. Normally they do. Normally it's a good crowd of 50, 60 cars down there at Volusia when we normally go. So it'll be a good crowd. Most of these guys will chuck on down there for sure. So looking forward to that. But again, everybody that's listening, tune in on Lucas Oil TV, MAV TV Plus. Go check it out. You can watch free right now. And from what I understand, the Mav TV Plus membership is not that bad.
No, that's pretty much about the same as like Flow Racing. It's like $80 a year.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely worth getting. Be able to see how many. I think they're running 60 some odd races.
Some races, yeah.
So it's definitely worth getting. I think for the money.
You were paying just over $1 per Lucas Oil race. That's not counting all the other races and things that they're gonna have on there. They're gonna have just like this last week. I was at Lakeview.
Yep.
They're gonna have that race on Mav TV. Dillon Motor Speedway, they had that race on Mav. Now to be on Mav TV Plus now.
Right. Yep.
Liable to be who knows in the next couple of years that's liable to turn into a live thing on Mav TV Plus. So
yeah, I think a lot of them will. Right. I don't know if all of them, but
there's like this last week. It's Speed 51 that's actually there.
I got you.
They're recording it just as it was at Dillon. It's them is there, but they also record for Mav TV to put it on.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know like these Lucas Oil deals. I don't know if they'll be all live or some live. Or...
Yeah, no, I heard all them supposed to be live.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, all the Lucas Oil races supposed to be live. So
nothing better than watching it live.
No, I like it live. I like to see that. I don't like it when it's
when you already know the results, you already know what happens. Kind of,
yeah,
it's not as good going back and watching.
Takes out the excitement for me.
That's
guess.
right. Exactly.
I mean, I do it like I wasn't able to watch it. I'll take when Larson won. I wasn't able to watch it live. I knew he won, but I went back and watched it. That was just ridiculous to watch. So
yeah, definitely. So Speed Weeks is still it's ramping up. A lot still to go on. I know I heard that Chase Elliott's going to be running CB Industries midget at Bubba, I think, this weekend.
Yep. Yeah, he decided, and Napa sponsored him.
Yeah, Napa jumped on board with him, so that's cool.
That's really cool to see. I know Larson said he wanted to jump back in a late model. I was listening to it on Flow Racing. I don't think he's going to do it during Speed Weeks, but he said he wanted to get back into the late model. But
hey, bud, ain't no reason why he couldn't run up to Volusia a couple nights.
What I said.
I mean, especially on a Wednesday night or a Thursday night. What else you doing?
We'll be there Friday night. So.
Yeah, come on Friday.
We'll be there Friday night. So
but yeah, that's going to be neat. So a lot of stuff to look forward to here. A lot of stuff going on. The big block modifieds will be at Volusia. Our buddy old Derek will be down there. We're going to check him out. Looking forward to that. And
we got so many Dereks come on the show. I told Derek McGrew that this weekend.
We got a lot of Dereks.
All y'all named Derek.
We're going to see Derek every night of the week.
Yeah,
in Volusia.
Yeah.
I mean, in Daytona.
In Florida.
Be a different Derek's, but it's going to be a Derek every night.
Every night.
So that's pretty cool. But speaking of them, like you said, Dave, you took on over to Lakeview for the weekend and hung out with them guys. And how'd all that go?
Yeah, man. First of all, I want to tell Derek McGrew Jr., thank you so much for letting me come hang out more than anything. I didn't do a whole lot. I mean, me and Earl actually worked on a carburetor too, and threw some heaters on some tires and stuff like that, and little stuff, and to feel like I was doing something, I guess.
That's right.
To feel like I wasn't just helpless sitting there. But more than anything, thank them for letting me hang out, keep my stuff in their trailer, and chill out with them all night, and put GoPro in their cars, and got some cool footage I'll be posting up here real soon, trying to get it all edited and everything. That's a new thing for me too.
Yeah.
I like new things. Not really.
Yeah. I don't.
This new GoPro has been really aggravating, actually. I haven't had good luck with it. I was on the phone with them yesterday morning. Again.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So anyway, but I digress. So went over to Lakeview. We had Derek McGrew Jr. on here last week talking about running the South of the Border Showdown at Lakeview Motor Speedway. Tell y'all how a little bit it went, and tell y'all the deal that went on. And I know he hinted at it to it a little bit while he was on here last week, and ended up putting some more of it out live while we were at Lakeview. Derek Derek McGrew Jr., the senior and junior, they were up at that car show in was that Hickory? I think it was. And also Willie Milliken happened to be up there, the wild child, and they got to talking since everybody was there. Our buddy Earl Ramey, he's friends with Willie Milliken. He doesn't necessarily do motors for him, but he's good friends with him. But Earl was doing a motor for Derek McGrew. So they got to talking and, decided to do basically a little ride swap for the most part. Well, it just so happened somebody wanted Derek McGrew Jr. to run their car. They just wanted him to run it sometime. Just kind of shake it down. It was a new car for them. They were kind of new to the modifieds like that. So they wanted him to run their car for them. So he's like, well, this will work out perfect. He said, y'all bring it to Lakeview. Derek Jr. run that car. We can put Willie in Derek's number 26. So that's what happened. Derek had a little bit of trouble with the car. We had some carburetor issues. I actually put a picture on Facebook today. Me and Earl over there trying to work on the carburetor and get it straight. Kept flooding out, and then it leaned out, and come to find out, float valve was stuck in the carburetor, and we got it straight for the main, but he just run it went green to checker, and no caution in there, and he started dead last because where he finished. He had to run B main just because of all the problems, and he finished in the last transfer spot in the B main. So it was kind of tough for him to get up there, but he didn't ever go a lap down, nothing. I mean, got it pretty straight, and Derek put it up there and ran pretty good with it. I want to say he ended up 10th, 11th, somewhere around in there. Well, Willie Milliken's first time in this type of modified, just like a big block modified, but they're running crate motors in these. It's the Dirt Car Sportsman Series. That's what they call it. Sportsman Modifieds. And exact same type deal as big block modifieds that you see, like Stuart Friesen and all those guys run. Exact same car. The only difference is this one's got a 602 crate motor in it. That come from Earl Ramey. This particular one. Well, they had it out there, and Willie practiced and everything, gets out there qualifies third fastest in his first time in a modified. And I told them boys anyway, I'm like, that boy can wheel anything. I'm pretty sure he could get on a tricycle and win at Lakeview Motor Speedway because he's just that good there. He's been running there for years and years and years and years, and I just think I think he could win in practically anything there. So anyway, he qualified third. And then this series, well, let me go from there. He qualified third. Willie qualified third. They run a heat race. He started third. Ended up coming up and winning first ever heat race he run in the series in a modified. So. that was insane by itself. Car was super fast. Well, this series, Dirt Car Sportsman Series, has the craziest redraw I ever seen in my life. They only start 26 cars, I think it is, what they started. They had about 30, I think there ended up being 38 of them there.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it was a good crowd. They redraw 12 positions.
Mm.
Yeah. And if y'all saw it over the weekend, I went live on Facebook one time. Me and Willie was talking about that on there. 6 is kind of that's the most I've ever seen, but that's kind of normal, especially when you have about 3 heat races. You redraw top 2 positions in those, and
right.
So I could understand that, but 12 is ridiculous because that track is tough to pass on. I mean, any track is tough to pass on, can be tough to pass on, but especially a track that doesn't have a wall because it doesn't build much of a cushion to run, and especially when you don't have many other fast, bigger series there with you to work in the track.
Right.
It makes that tough. So if he'd have won that heat race like it did, which, would typically put you on the pole or somewhere right up there, if he would have drew a 12, it would have been, you might as well say it's over then. Right. That's a little too much in my opinion. But fortunately, this was on Friday night. Willie drew number 2 out of it, so he started second in the race. Got in the heat, got in a main, and took off, got the lead, led until I think it was 10 or 11 to go. And he got behind a lap car. Dude, just like Tim McCready was talking about respect on there, I think these boys did not want to see somebody that had never drove one of these come in there and win like that. First, the car that was in dead last, Willie, he blocked Willie for 10 laps at least. Would not let him around.
Jesus.
In any other series, they would have been on black flagged them. It was that bad. I don't know why they didn't. Well, so in that time, Willie's trying to outside. He's trying wherever he can. He ends up burning up the right rear, trying to get around the dude. And second place man ended up running him down and passed him. And he actually ended up falling all the way back to 4th, I think. He just burned up the right rear so bad.
Right.
And that was in the last 10 laps. It was like once one passed him, it just failed all the way to 4th. I mean, it was like instantly. So, but we looked at it as, that's an awesome baseline. Obviously the setup's good. Need to get tires right. So anyway, go out there Saturday. The car that Derek Jr. run, those guys decided, since they were having the carburetor problems, thought we got it fixed, but since they had problems, they decided they didn't want to run it. So Derek McGrew Jr., he ended up not running. So he was just like, I just want to get Willie a win. I want to get that car straight for him. Let's get it. Let's work on it. So we all got to work on it. I can say I actually even got to work on it a little bit. Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
I can't do it, boy. I can't go to the track and not do something. Well, anyway, got out there, qualified second, second fastest. Overall, they do qualifying kind of weird too. They do qualifying. I think it was in like 3 or 4 different groups, but you're only qualifying against those guys you're in the groups with. Kind of like, it was weird, and then that sets you up for the heats, and it's kind of weird. I know I've seen group qualifying before, but normally there's only 2 groups. They had like 4 groups, and so it kind of puts you into heats just against those people.
Okay.
Weird, and then go to the redraw again. That was our biggest dread of the whole weekend. It was just, man, you got to, no pressure on you, but you got to draw a good number.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So lo and behold, Willie goes up there and somehow pulled out number 2 again. Well, actually, Crystal, his wife, went up there and pulled it out this time. Pulled out number 2 again. So that was perfect. All right. Well, gets out there in the race, in the main. They kept having... First night went green. First lap they had a spin. Complete restart. And from there on went green to checker. Well, Saturday night was a complete different race. It was a 50-lap race, whereas Friday's was a 30-lap race. And it took them forever to run the first 20 laps. I mean, these boys were just spin after spin after spin. Had one flip out there. Actually, had two flip over the weekend, not counting one of the other little cars. I think I saw 3 cars flip over the weekend.
Sure.
And this ain't like sprint car racing. You know, we don't see a whole lot of flips around here.
Right here, no.
But anyway, Willie got there to race, was running second. And he was fine. He even said, man, I was just out there just taking my time. I knew I didn't want to burn up tires. So I was out there just riding. And had a restart. And the guy that was in third place, Willie actually got the first and second place. Willie was in second. They actually got a pretty good jump over third. Well, dude in third decided he still wanted second, even though he got jumped on that start. He drove into that turn 1 about, 20 car lengths deeper than anybody else.
Jesus.
And just ran straight into the side of Willie. And after that, he said the whole he said it was just like wobbling going out there. We found out the pitman arm was broke and a couple different things. I mean, it took a bad jar. So he come in the pits, and since he was going to the back, we put a little bit softer tire on since there was going to be a shorter run. Put a little bit softer right rear, try to give him some bite back up a little bit. The car was just too messed up, but he still made it up to, say, 9th, maybe 9th, 10th. But and you know that saying, what comes around goes around. Guy that went in there and just door slammed him like that, I mean, it was blatantly intentional to do it. About 2 restarts later, all of a sudden he goes in turn 3, and I don't know if somebody hit him or brakes went out or something. He went straight off turn 3 and flipped it about 4 times.
Yeah, he got his. He sure got his.
But anyway, so that's how the night ended pretty much. Other than Derek McGrew Jr. Was able to get in Willie Milliken's super late model at the end of the night. And I'm going to tell you what, the boy is going to be a driving fool. He ended up putting up some decent times, competitive times in the late model, you know, as compared to, because Willie got out there a few laps and laid a few good laps down. We clocked him and clocked Junior, and he put down some very respectful times.
That's pretty impressive. First time ever being in the car, really.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, so that was cool. It was a lot of fun out there. A lot of fun hanging out with them guys. A lot of fun being able to see some friends, see Derek Sr., Derek Jr., Andrew Garris, hang out with buddy Earl Ramey as always. Carl coming out there, hanging out with us. All them guys, it's fun to see them because we don't get to see everybody a whole lot. I talk to them a good bit, you know, on social media, but you know, we're always going in different directions, so it was good to spend a weekend with the guys there and hang out, have fun, eat good, and just hang out and have fun. So, fortunately, we're going to be going to Volusia, and Derek Jr. is going to be running the big block modified.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him there and rooting him on.
Yeah.
That is for sure. So hopefully he'll have a good show in there, and I don't know. He probably is going to be the youngest dude running big blocks there. I would assume.
13 years old. So
that'd be pretty neat to see him go whoop up on all them boys.
And he's pretty much, you could call him a veteran in the class.
Yeah, been running for 4 years.
Started when he was 9 years old.
Unbelievable.
Modifieds like that. So that's cool. But I also want to give out a good shout out to Derek Sr. Does a lot of social media, and he's really trying to get it out there now. If you look at our posts, you'll see a lot of stuff say "Race Life for Real," And what he's doing, if you look online, I posted it on our Facebook at least today. I'll post it up on some more stuff here soon. Race Life for Real is it's shirts, t-shirts, hats, beanies, stuff like that. And also they're on the site. They're going to be getting some Derek McGrew Jr. merch on there. But it's really cool what Derek Sr. wants to do with this stuff. It's not that he just wants to make money off of it. That is not his goal in it at all. They support a few young Northeast go-kart racers. They also support a few guys running lake models down Southeast. Just trying to help out, and it might not be much, but, a tire here or there, or a pit pass, just paying somebody's pit pass here or there.
Everything helps.
That goes a long way, and that's what he's really trying to do with this stuff. So it's not just merchandise. It really goes, if you buy from them, money is going to go back in to supporting the racing community. So check out you can check out our social medias on Chicken Bone Alley on pretty much anything. And we'll have the link to the store, Race Life for Real, posted up. And y'all go get y'all some stuff from them. It's really cool. Really cool what they're trying to do with it. So, again, thank them for letting me come hang out this weekend. And that was a long talk about Lakeview. And sorry, I don't know. My bad. I don't know anybody else who won over there. I don't know results from any other race over there. I just kind of, focused on what we were doing.
Hey, sometimes you got to do that, man. But that's cool. I'm glad y'all was able to have a good time. I hate I missed it for sure, but looking forward to seeing them in Volusia and wishing the best of luck starting up this weekend. I know they start up somewhere up in northern Florida, right?
Yeah, I forgot. I think it's North Florida Speedway or something like that. I think it is.
Well, I know their speed weeks down there kick off this weekend, so good luck to them for sure. And I know they'll be getting over to Volusia maybe Tuesday or somewhere along in there, and have a whole week of it down there. So good luck to them. Hopefully everybody has a good, safe trip down there for sure, and looking forward to it for sure.
Definitely so. Definitely so. Well, before we get too far into it, I want to thank our sponsors, along with this. They're actually also one of Derek McGrew Jr., who we were just talking about sponsors. SRI Performance. I want to thank them guys helping us out on here every week. I know you guys are in the process of rebuilding some cars in this off season. Any parts you need. I mean, anything. I know we say that, but it is literally anything. I mean, from bolts to duct tape to sheet metal you get at Stock Car Steel, gauges, safety equipment.
Oh yeah, supplies. Got all the supplies you need.
You can get complete engines from SRI Performance now, if you want to go that route. We walked in there and there's motor sitting on the showroom floor.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. Literally anything you need, guys. Go check out SRI's Performance. Like I said, supplies is in there. If they don't have it, you need something else, they got it from, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. They'll have it. If not, Dirt and Drag may have it. If you're in the Midwest area, SRI Indy.
Yep.
Got a store out there.
And if you need to order, they got an incredible shipping department. We walk right through there. They'll get it off the shelf, get it packaged up, get it to you in a quick time.
Very quick. And also remember all them spring needs you need. Check out their Draco spring line. Go on SRIperformance.com. Check out all the PDF sheets from any spring imaginable. Any size, any weight, anything. Check them out. Also want to turn around and thank Earl Ramey Racing Engines coming on here. Earl has any motor you can think of. Anything.
He got it.
Like we were just talking about Derek McGrew Jr. He put together at 602 crate motor. That was Earl Ramey, and he is certified to be, because those motors have to be sealed. They have to have breakaway bolts and everything, and a lot of these circuits are points funds. They only allow certain engine builders to freshen those motors up for you to make sure they go right back to the same tolerance they came from the factory. And Earl Ramey is certified in that. So all you crate motor guys, go check out Earl Ramey, especially. He can hook you up with some of the best motors out there. Also, not only that, he's got everything else. You super guys, you want a motor, he can do it. And not only, he's got more experience in building motors than probably anybody I know.
Oh, definitely.
So y'all go check out Earl Ramey Racing Engines and tell him we sent you. Anyway, one class that was over there at Lakeview is kind of a growing class, and we talked about it some before. These little 4-cylinder things they got now, they're different from what it used to be. They're front wheel drive 4-cylinders now. Whereas, we were used to the old Mustangs and stuff.
Yeah, 4-cylinder modified and all, yeah.
Yeah, or the old Pintos they had out there. Rear wheel drive stuff, and those are kind of dying out. And the thing is now is the big class for them is SCDRA. And been talking with some people about them just because they're such a big class. So we don't talk about it much on here, but got somebody on the line wants to talk to them. So let's go talk to him. Ladies and gentlemen, I actually got him on Discord tonight. Something new we're gonna try out here. We got our buddy Tyler Laughard on here. What is up, buddy?
Oh, not much. Very happy to be here for sure. Thanks for bringing me on.
Oh, not a problem, man. Not a problem. Appreciate you coming on. What you been up to today? You been having some dogs chase you and all that fun stuff?
Well, we got up here in Pennsylvania, we got about 6 inches of snow last night. So as work, I had to go out and deal with the snow.
Nice.
That ain't no fun. Well, I guess snow's fun for a little while, but I'm sure y'all are tired of it by now already, huh?
Yeah, Christmas, it's okay. Then after that, I don't want to see it no more. Then I got, get on Chicken Bone Alley, their Facebook page. You guys are down there in the nice weather at the racetrack. Here I am up here turning the heat up, thinking, when's racing season coming?
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with that because Friday night I was at the racetrack, and when I got in my car to leave, it said it was 28 degrees outside. And I don't know about you. It may be colder up there, but that is cold to me. I about froze.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's still cold. Yeah, 28 degrees for you guys. That's like, in the teens, low teens, single digits here.
Yeah, it was definitely nasty. Well, cool, man. Well, first of all, just introduce yourself as far as, who you are, what your daily life is.
Yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania. Like I said, I'm about an hour east of Pittsburgh. Really, I've been around racing since about 99. My uncle got into it, and I was 5 then, and so just being around the races all the time as a kid, I used to, as they were racing out on the track, I would take my Matchbox cars out and make my own track with my little dozer I had, and mimic what they were doing. And around 13, I was actually at a birthday party, and I asked my pap, I was like, "Hey, can I borrow $500 for a race car?" He's like, "Well, when do you need it?" I said, "Right now." And we ended up leaving the birthday party, going and pick it up. That's kind of how it got started. I guess nowadays, when you say, "Oh, that kid's 13 or 12," it's like normal. Back at in 07, that was like, not really too many of us were really getting into it. I guess you could say we were the OGs at the time.
There you go.
But I raced 4 cylinders, front wheel drive 4 cylinders from 07, about 2012, and then running that long and having a lot of downs, not really a lot of ups. I got out of it and went to motocross and raced that for about 4 years. Did a lot of traveling. Came down your guys' way a few times, North Carolina
There you go.
stuff, and then yeah, just just this past year, as COVID hit, it got me thinking, and I had to itch for a while to get back into uh, front wheel drives or just dirt track racing. I really didn't know what class I wanted to get back into, but yeah, racing front wheel drives for so long, I kind of knew those cars. Being a one man wrecking crew, you got to go with what you know. So and money's there now, so ended up getting back into front wheel drives.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and do the math. How old are you?
Well, I was born in '94, so I'm 26.
There you go. You were born. Cool. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's cool. Well, as far as the 4-cylinder stuff goes, what kind of ride you got now?
Well, I as being an OG, I still have a Neon. I got
There
a
you
first
go.
gen Neon. They dominated up here. Still are dominating, kinda. I mean, the Hondas and stuff are slowly. That's really a southern thing. I see a lot of like Civic, hatchback Civics, and some Acuras are up here, but mainly Neons and Cavies kind of run the show up here still. And so just got a first gen Neon.
There you go. That's there's a few of them down here. I was watching the race at Lakeview Motor Speedway. Well, they had them over there Friday and Saturday night, and had a good crowd of SCDRA stuff, and there's quite a few Neons out there. So, but yeah, you're right. There was a lot of Civics and stuff like that. I saw a few Ford Focuses too.
Yeah, the SVTs are starting to really make a splash onto the scene. I guess you could say. But yeah, I know, like I said, up here, I know so running the SCDRA Northeast Series up here, we do have quite a few, like over in Ohio, down by Kentucky and like West Virginia. There are some Civic hatchbacks, but I don't know what it is up here in PA. We just, like I said, it's mainly like GM stuff. Really, Cavies and Cobalts kind of distance themselves. Guys are starting to figure them out now.
I hear you. What kind of? Well, first of all, what tracks do you run at?
Well, I have a track. It's actually really nice. I have a track probably about 10 minutes from me. It's called Dog Hollow Speedway, and they've been through some trouble probably within the last 8 years. The main owner who ran it about 15 years, and he decided he was done with it. Somebody else would come and promote it, and then now we're in this vicious cycle of people promoting that track. So but with SCDRA, Northeast up here, it's really been nice for us front wheel drive guys, because now we have a bunch of different tracks we can go to. Like this year we'll have Hidden Valley Raceway that's up in Clearfield, so central Pennsylvania, and then we'll be heading to Thunder Mountain, which kind of up north of Pittsburgh a little bit, and I'll be heading out to Ohio to Jackson Raceway here this coming summer. And they're kind of all around the SCDRA Northeast. They're about, so they're western Pennsylvania, northern West Virginia, and then they're about south eastern Ohio. So there's some tracks that I'm going to go to this year that I didn't get a chance to last year, and like I'm going to go to the King of Compacts if my car makes it through the season.
There you
I'm
go.
going to go to the King of Compacts down in Kentucky.
There you go. That's cool. It's so crazy because I was talking about. I think me and you were talking about it the other night. And I actually told some people this at the racetrack over the weekend. I said, as much as some of the old school guys and stuff won't like it or probably don't like it, you really look at that SCDRA or just those sport mod or whatever you want to call them.
That series, essentially.
That series, those type cars. They call them something different, I think, at every track down here.
Yeah.
The four-cylinder compacts, whatever they want to call them. That is really today's street stock because
it's the affordable class.
Well, it's the affordable class, but it's also what you can go in the junkyard and find and build. And
Right.
Because you're not going to go in the junkyard anymore and find a 87 Monte Carlo.
No. And 15 years ago, the street style, like you said, was probably about right around the same price range, or it was where you could afford it, especially the people that wouldn't die hard, throw everything they got into it. But
right.
But man, I'm telling you what, like you say, it's getting. I think at Screven they run I can't remember.
Dude, we was there and they started. How many cars they start? Like
100?
60, 100 cars. I don't
60
know.
something.
It was
ridiculous. And I want to say it was $15,000 to win or something. It was insane. So Tyler, you need to come down here and go to Screven, man. Try to run for that.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping. Well, last year that winter freeze was $15,000. This year, $17,000. I'm hoping next year 20.
Yeah.
Come down, stay with you guys.
Come
on.
Come on.
I don't know about staying with us. You're just gonna pick us up on the way because we're gonna go too.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that this weekend? I think it is. I think it's this weekend. I don't know. I don't know.
Next week.
Next week. Okay.
I know me and Sterling went to it one time and we froze literally.
Oh God, it was cold. There was nowhere to sit, stand, nothing. We ended up having to stand on the fence, getting blowed down with. That was World of Outlaws.
Yeah, I was when they had World Outlaws. That was their first race of the year.
And good Lord, it was rough. But yeah, that's a cool place. That's a really cool place. Screven is.
I actually saw they were showing a replay from there. Apparently from last year on Flow Racing today, from the when they had the Ollie Circuit All Stars.
Okay, yeah.
There, and that was pretty cool. But anyway, well, cool, man. That's cool. What's the big plans for the car this year?
I'm not gonna say much. This is probably the most excited out of all the years that I've raced anything. This is probably the most exciting year. Like I'm ready for. I want big, man. You got to pay to play, especially with those guys in SCDRA. They got their stuff perfect. We're racing not for chump change anymore. You guys said about the money. Late 2000, I raced for $50. That was the winnings. You won $50 out of a 40 car field, and then the one track, you actually won a hat. You didn't even win no money, so you didn't get your money back. You just won a hat. So now we're racing for. Well, I know on our schedule up here, the lowest is $2,000, and
wow,
the highest is 10.
Yeah,
yeah, and there's 12 races, and they're going to add more. So there's over $30,000, and that's not even counting the tracks that are having, money races for these 4-cylinders, and they're not sanctioned underneath that series.
Right.
This past year we went down to a half-mile track called Latrobe, in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and we went down there and raced for $750, and then a couple other tracks had $1,000 there. You add that up, dude, it's like $40,000. Who would have thought $40,000 for a front-wheel drive? I know guys hate us because we trenched the track, and I don't blame them. I mean, we're going in there, all of our weight's in the front-wheel drive, and they push like a dump truck.
Digging.
So I get it, but
yeah, I'm with you there. I get it, but it's cool to watch. I mean, when they're putting money up like that, I mean, why not go for it?
And like you said, I mean, the size of the field's great day. I mean, they're going to have 30, 40 of them probably every time they go. But Tyler, what all, I know you can't give away too many secrets, but, what all can you do within reason to those cars? I mean, is there so much you can do with them? I mean, is it a tight rule package or what?
Nah, it's stock appearing. We're allowed motor swaps, so everybody knows it, so it's not like it's gonna matter. In the neons, you can put like Dodge Stratus 2.4 liters. You can put PT Cruiser 2.4 liters. You can, as long as the manufacturer is the same, you can do the motor swaps. Like our suspension's got to be the same. Like it's all got to be like stock. But from the outside, it's got to look stock. That's the way I interpreted the rules. So,
that's it.
That's the way I took it. So that's about it.
So he's over there finding gray areas, apparently, and that's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, you got to. If
yeah,
what's
exactly.
that saying? If you ain't cheating, you ain't competing.
That's right.
Yeah.
We were saying that at the track this past weekend. if you ain't cheating, you probably ain't winning at all. So
No, you definitely not. Especially
Not to some
and
extent.
like you said, going for that much money and running for that much money, the affordable part of it is going to get worked out pretty quick. But it's really cool you guys can run for that kind of money and put on a show, because I'll tell you what, that's most nights we go to the racetrack. That's about the best race of the night.
I got a question though, Tyler, and
Yeah.
I don't just because I've never looked into it. I guess if you go pick up a let's say somebody gives you a Dodge Neon, just off the road Dodge Neon. How much would it cost you to get that thing pretty much race ready?
Well, so last year, because I just did this, so the number's fresh in my head. Last year I bought a car for $400, bought a cage for $300. And I did a few other little things. I ran a completely stock motor though. I just did a few, kind of add-on, bolt-on parts,
Right.
and I had $1,800 in it, and I started 15th out of 8 cars at Latrobe, and I worked my way up the whole way up to second. If I'd had one more caution, I would have won that $700. So really, if your cards, fold out right, if they get dealt to you right, and you get a little bit of luck, because I was definitely underpowered, but I was able to catch some breaks, come home with $500. So you can have a competitive car for around $2,000, but if you want to be winning like these series races, yeah, you better add triple that at least.
So
Wow.
basically, still you're still telling me that if you go out there and win this $10,000 to win race, you paid for your car.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I mean. Like that's why I think, in my opinion, and Sterling touched on it. This class is for the 9 to 5er. It's something that we can afford. You know what? We can possibly even make money. Who would ever thought? In racing, if you want to make $1 million, you got to spend $2. I don't. I'm hoping it works out that way. But yeah, I mean, yeah, probably about. Yeah, so if you win $10,000, yeah, you could definitely pay for your car.
Cool. That's what racing needs to be. And I mean, I understand there's big classes out there too, but these guys like you, like me, also with this stock V8 car I'm trying to get going. That's what racing's all about, and not necessarily you going out there to win the money, but it's just you're not killing yourself to go race, and so that's awesome that they're putting some money there, so racing can be affordable.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to have a class where it doesn't break the bank and be competitive and go out and even win some races. I mean, on your guys' podcast that I told you just before, you guys were talking about them $1,000. I believe you guys said they were stocks. It's asphalt. I don't know, but they're only racing for $500.
Right.
There we are. We got half of that, and we're racing for the same amount.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely so. Cool, man. Well, when's y'all's first race scheduled?
I believe our first race I'm going to go to is in June. June. We start in May. I think it's at Midway, or it's in Ohio. I know that. I won't be able to make that race unfortunately, but the first race I'm going to head to is Roaring Knob Speedway. It's down by Maryland almost, and
Gotcha.
it starts in June. So make sure we have the car ready. I'm going to go to my local track here to make sure everything's all right and everything's perfect the way I want it, and go out and try to compete.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
That's right, man.
Well,
That's one bad thing about up in the winter. In the winter, up north, you can't start early up there. They ain't no starting racing in February up there. That's the bad part.
I mean, it's nice on a pocketbook because it gives us a break.
Right.
And it gives us a break on a car. But yeah, it does suck. I'd much rather be racing right now.
Yeah, I don't. We had maybe a month without racing here in South Carolina. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because soon as the
December is pretty much it. They give everybody the month of December off pretty much in South Carolina.
Yeah, it's pretty close because
And actually, we had some racing then with
well, the Dryden Extreme Series was the week after the World Finals, right? It started, so somewhere along in there.
Somewhere. I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, it's really no time around here off. I don't know how they in the world they recoup, but yeah, like you say, it's a little bit easier with your pocketbook to be able to afford to do it. So that's cool for sure, man.
Well, going back to actually how we met, was on iRacing. How long you been on iRacing?
I've been on and off for like 2 years, 3 years now. I raced, pretty hard because it was new and I liked it. It was, so for the first year I raced a lot, and then I took a year off, maybe a little bit more, and then just right before COVID hit, probably this time last year, I kind of got back into it and kind of stuck with it.
I hear you. So what made you you ran our league with us, and that's the first one we did, and we've been running some league races that you've put up. What made you want to start all the league type stuff?
Well, actually, it started out, we did so I wanted a Facebook page, and I didn't want to put my last name because 9 times out of 10, you pronounce it right, but everybody else doesn't. So I didn't want everyone to butcher it up. So I came up with like just a name, and then I did some streaming, and then a bunch of guys that I raced with. We raced like almost every night, and we put up a broadcasted race just for it was the end of race season. It was November. That's when it kind of shuts down up here, and we threw up a race and had a broadcast, and we said we should just put a league on. So we did a first season. End of November, all of like December, and we just started up our second season 4 weeks ago. Actually, we're on our 5th week, but there's a lot that I like about iRacing. There's a lot that I hate about iRacing, but I would say the main thing is meeting the people, meeting you guys, and like Cal and Cole and Levi, a bunch of great dudes that you all have the same interest in racing and everybody loves racing. So, and it's great to get on there and talk with everybody, meet everybody, and and do some iRacing at the same time.
Hey boo.
Hey boo.
Hey boo.
Hey boo. Still, dude, it's to this day it's still hilarious.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. You went
it is a lot of fun though.
You went bought you a cowboy hat yet?
No, I haven't bought myself a cowboy hat.
I think you
I
need.
still think that you guys were even Sterling, because up here I don't talk to. We don't have no Southern accents. I don't know too many people. So even like listening to you guys' podcast in the beginning, I'd hear Sterling say "bo," but he says it so quick to Yankee. I'm thinking he's saying "boo." I'm like, why is he saying "boo" to David? That's weird.
That's
and I
weird.
heard Kel say it. I'm like, "Yo, why you guys call everybody "boo"? It's like, no, we're saying "bo." I'm like, what?
Oh,
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's great. Every time I hear it, it's funny. I still think you need to get a cowboy hat and just wear it, and you and Kale put pictures side by side wearing cowboy hats together.
That's some Tiger King stuff right there.
Yeah, it is. Well, like you say, I think this is the last week of our league run with you guys. Is that right? Is this the last week, Tyler?
Yep. Last week at Cedar Lake, and it's going to be interesting. I really haven't ran there much.
I don't even think I bought the track yet.
Yeah, ever since
Now you're starting to sound like everybody in our league.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're starting to sound like me when it comes to asphalt.
Right. Exactly. Well, I tell you what, man. David, he's probably ran more than I, but we really hadn't run many leagues before. I haven't. I've had iRacing for a while, but like you say, I don't get on and run that much. Hadn't been able to. But these guys in this league you put on, man, are freaking good. Jesus.
Yeah, everybody's quick, and it's so competitive. I've done a few, and normally you have like the same like 2 guys out front winning. In our league, it is not like that. Pretty much, actually, even David, if you have a decent starting spot and the track's in your favor,
anybody can win. I mean, we're on our fourth. So we raced 4 weeks. We had 4 different winners.
Yeah.
And top 10, top 12. I mean, can win at any moment. At any race, and it makes it for great racing. And we don't. And I handpick the guys because anyone who watches the broadcast and you guys even racing, we use up every inch of that track, but it's normally pretty clean.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I just want to know something. What does this even David comment mean? Even David could run good.
He's a field
What does this mean?
Well, you
field filler.
you're hard on yourself. But I saw Volusia what kind of times you can run, so you ain't fooling me. You might be able to fool everybody else, but
Just depends how much more time I want to put in it that week.
Yeah, that's it's tough.
Not want to. No, let me change that. It's not want to. It's how much time I'm able to put into it that week.
Yeah, well, it's tough, especially running open setups. It's tough for me anyway, for sure, to have time to work on a setup and get it. And that's the thing about it too is, I mean, Tyler, you help us out with setups for sure, and we do appreciate that. We'd really be off if it wasn't for that, but that's the thing about iRacing too is it's kind of realistic in driving style. My driving style may be different than yours, Tyler, so your setup may be totally different than mine if it were to be. So, just having time, I think, to put in it to get you a good setup up under you to your driving style, to your liking, is kind of important to be able to do. But I like the fact of running open setups. I really do, and it does showcase the driver's ability to understand the car and not just drive it, but just the whole aspect of racing in general. So I do like that, but just wish I had more time to do it.
Yeah, see, whenever I first started, I kind of just stuck with the street stocks, and I figured them out. I said, you know what, I'm going to pick a class, and I'm just going to just figure these cars out. So that's what I did. Then I was able, once I was real competitive in the street stocks, then I started branching out. Then I started running, late models and sprints and all those other classes. But I really just figured out the street stocks. That's the only class really that I truly know and and know how to run. But yeah, like you said with the open setups, when it comes to iRacing, it's if I want to just set my car up just for the bottom to try to beat, because it's hard to judge a track, I guess you could say, and you kind of try to go away from the fastest line because everyone's going to run it, so it's going to go away. So you try to set your car up and for gear and how loose it's going to be and all that stuff for let's say the bottom, and you just stick with the bottom the whole race. And then the bottom comes in, and then you're gone. Everyone else got set up for the high side. That's what I like. It's not everyone has the same setup. It's who finds the line first. Right. You can definitely outrun somebody. Even if they have a better setup or a better driver, who's got a good setup for the right line.
Right. Exactly.
Dead on there. Dead on. Well, that's cool. And I like it that Tyler and Levi are on, because anytime that I get on pretty much in the afternoons or evenings anyway, all I got to do is jump into Discord and Tyler and Levi's in there.
yeah, anytime. Well, up here it's too cold to go out and do anything, so I'm, wintertime, I'm in here trying to get my itch scratched, I guess you could say, with iRacing, and then in the summertime, man, I'm ready to go for, to actually hit the track.
I hear you there, man. I hear you. Well, something I always like to ask, guys that run iRacing and are also real life racers, and I know we don't have a car on there. Well, there kind of is a little bit if you want to mess with it, but I don't know how much you've messed with it. But there's not really a car that kind of replicates the car that you drive. But how many similarities can you take from iRacing, especially on dirt, as you do, to real life racing?
Oh, you can. There's actually a lot in common. I mean, the street stocks are leaf sprint cars, so you got to talk to somebody from the '70s if you want to figure them out. But I guess you could say, well, you got to say it all the time. The emotion is definitely there. I mean, I get riled up sometimes. So, but I mean, putting the time in and stuff. I mean, that's kind of the same. Like in the summertime, I'm always in a garage. That's quite a funny thing. I don't want to really get off track here, but for racing cars, you did 90% of your time was in the garage, and then 10% was at the track. And then in motocross, 10% was in the garage, 90% track. 'Cause, practicing. I know with moto, you constantly got to practice, so you're not, so dangerous. You got to make sure you're on top of things. Really, you can even throw the gym in there too, because you had to work out. Luckily with me and my job, I kind of get a little bit of a workout, but it's not nearly as what you need for that. But yeah, no, I guess for iRacing, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to relate to a lot of them, but I would say yeah, definitely like the emotion and put the time in. If you don't put the time in, then you're not going to be fast. Just like if you don't put the time in real racing.
I think we need to get on like some the Mazda or the MX-5s or whatever it is, or maybe the Kia.
Yeah, the front wheel drive cars.
Yeah, we'll put them on the dirt track and race them.
Try them.
Yeah, them and Volkswagen Bugs.
Yeah, them too. Yeah.
Yeah, I did comment on iRacing one time when they said, "What cars do you want?" And I put front wheel drives, and I got how many? I got like 10 laughing emojis.
Hey,
people were laughing at my comment.
I'm
like, oh, come on, show me some love.
They might be laughing, but when it's one of the biggest classes in the U.S. right now, eventually they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, I guess we're gonna have to put them on."
Yeah, and I won't get off. I'll stay on there, and I'll figure them cars out.
There you go. I just wish they'd I like the street stocks they got on there, but I just wish there was more options for street stocks. Put some old Camaros on there, actual Camaros, or put a Monte Carlo or something on there.
Yeah, yep. Whenever they came out with the Monte Carlos for asphalt, I was like shocked they didn't put like like dirt tires and dirt set so we could run them on dirt.
I know.
I was very surprised.
I know, because it's the perfect car for the dirt. So, but anyway, man, well, cool deal. Well, we appreciate you coming on here and giving us some time tonight and hanging out with us, and appreciate you letting us run your Blood Eagle Racing
Build up
League.
your field for you. That's about all we're doing.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me be a field filler. I appreciate that.
Nah, I'm glad you guys can join my league, and I had a great time in yours. Even though when the asphalt tracks came, I was like dreading them. I'm like, oh my gosh, can we just go back to dirt? But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed the mixing it up and stuff. It it was different, and I enjoyed running it.
Cool, man. Well, hopefully we're going to do it again, maybe come summertime or something, and mix it up a little more with some other weird stuff. Who knows? But
yeah, sounds great.
Cool, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on here, and we will definitely be talking with you soon.
All right, thanks, guys, for having me on.
Thank you.
Tyler.
All right, that's cool. Tyler to come on here and hang out with us a little bit. We got to hang out on his little show of the week. Y'all check him out on Facebook. Blood Eagle Racing. Not only does he put on the races, but he also they do a little almost a podcast, like a Facebook Live deal. And talking with drivers in his league. So that's cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. That's going to take off for sure. And I know he's, when he gets ready to get back and run his real car and all, it's going to slow that stuff down a little bit. But it's cool to pass the time. And like he said, scratch that itch and run iRacing while he can. And I appreciate him letting us do it with him some when we can, for sure. So looking forward to this last race. So hopefully I can finish it. I got to go by the track at some point. But
I've only ran this track like once or twice. So
yeah, I don't know what it's going to be. We're going to see. But anyway, yeah, glad he could come on with us and hang out. Cool dude for sure. And glad we were able to meet. And we'll keep on staying in touch with iRacing for sure. And maybe we can get to come down to Screven. We'll go work on that car. So
we'll do something to it. So that's cool. Well, what else we got?
Man, I don't know, man. That's a lot of racing. That's a podcast full of racing, which we hadn't had in a while, but it's getting back now. It's gonna be it's gonna be pretty much like that from here on out. So I'm excited.
I'm ready for it. It's I know Derek was talking about Derek Griffith. I have to use so many last names. He's posting on Facebook the other day. Or today actually, one but a few days left for Speed Week at New Smyrna down there. So that's I'm ready to get down there. I ain't never been to that track.
Yeah, I am too. I'm looking forward to hanging out with him some and going to some asphalt super late models. We hadn't seen them in a while either, and
no.
It's going to be interesting to see, and looking forward to it. Hopefully, he can bring home the championship again this year.
That sure would be nice. Well, cool deal. Well, we want to thank everybody, all our associates, I guess you'll say. SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs, RK Motorsports Consulting, our buddy Randy Keene, who is at SRI now. So, get all your brake needs from Randy Keene at SRI Performance, and he'll be at the track and helping you out with them. Our old Ramey Racing Engines. Y'all go check them out for any motor needs that you have. He's the man. He's the man on them.
He got it.
That's all there is to it. He's the man.
He got it. Don't forget that chassis dyno either. You can get over there and
that's right.
And he do it all. So definitely go check him out.
That's right. Got an awesome chassis down there. Schedule you some time on there because that thing stays full. Also, Ford Bite Apparel. Y'all go check them out. I got my koozie on my drink right now.
Yes,
myself.
sir.
So, y'all go check out Ford Bite. Get you a t-shirt, get you a hoodie, get you whatever. They got new stuff coming in for the new year here real soon. So you can probably catch a sale on something on their online stores right now. So check them out. Also, Checkered Race Hub. Awesome social media for racing only. No political bull on there, nothing like that. It is only racing. So y'all go check out Checkered. Also, drivers, especially drivers. I put it on all our other social medias. Checkered now. If you get on Checkered with your premium sponsorship, you can send over your resume, your racing resume, to Checkered because they are looking to sponsor cars across the United States to get their name out there even more. So y'all get on there, send in your resume, racing resume, and see what they can put on there for it. I mean, who knows? They might be looking for somebody in your area, and you might be that guy. So y'all go check them out. Also, RMAX Solutions. Appreciate them coming on here for all your fab equipment needs. Y'all check out RMAX Solutions. They can hook you up for any equipment you have that needs repairs, needs parts, anything like that, or buy a new one. Buy a used one.
Yeah, get in touch with them.
Anyway, well, is that it?
I believe that's it, Bo. I'm hungry.
I'm getting hungry too. I'm gonna edit this, watch a little bit of this race here, and go get me some foods. But anyway, guys, y'all be watching out. I'm gonna put up some videos from this past week on our social medias, probably on our YouTube account, all that stuff. So y'all be watching out for it, and y'all be ready because we're about to be doing some hopefully some live stuff soon. Here in the next couple of weeks, be headed to some racetracks and talking with some guys, and gonna be a lot of fun. So anyway, y'all hang out, and we'll be talking with you
later.